Just find the right place in the program, make the appropriate change, and we'll run the whole thing again.
Speech is still very complicated. Music is simpler.
Is that a question?
Yes.
The question is futile.
My interpretation of the data leaves little room for error. The art of leadership is delegation.
That information is not available. This constitutes all available data.
You know what they say. No good deed goes unpunished.
Good evening. Are you all okay? What's going on today? I look a bit pale. I've altered the camera colour. Maybe too much. Anyway. Right, number 36. Oh my god, 36. Centre feed. Right, so let's sort out this centre feed then, hopefully, and we can put this one to bed. Just leave this one alone for a while, soft design wise. Anyway, right, so what are we going to do? Let's just bring up the design. Okay. So what are we going to do this live stream? I think I'm going to design this actuator a little bit better, maybe. But first, I need to make better this design here slightly. So the first thing, we're going to do a few things. We're going to sort out, let me just take off this a minute, and those, and also these, and let's see, take off the lids and the actuator. Right, so we're left with this shaft. Right, so let's bring back those and take away the outputs. Right, so we've just got the three. We've got the green one, the feed coming in, and we've got position 1 and position 7, just so we can see what's going on. Right, so what we're going to do is the shaft, we've pretty much got the shaft out how we want it, strength wise and everything else. It's pretty fine as it is. Now what I've got to do is figure a way of hooking up that pin there with that point there on the contact. So anyway, I've discussed a few ways with ChatGPT. The way I'm going to try it's told me not to do it. Yeah, but I've tried a wire and the wire's okay. So anyway, I've got this weird idea. I don't know if this will work. Let's just show you what we've got here. We've got, I look lethargic today, but never mind. The lighting's weird. I don't think this camera's much good. Anyway, so I've got this stuff, Chemwick from Chemtronics. Right, this is just, let's see what it calls it, rosin desoldering braid. I bought a load of it, and I think it's just dry, this one is, it's just dry. But anyway, it's similar to what we're trying to do. Let me just make sure we've got some audio. Rosin desoldering braid. Yeah, we've got audio. I'm going to change the colour because I'm looking rather... Right, let's just bring on the settings for a second. Right, saturation I turned down. Yeah, I don't know. Power line frequency 50 Hz. Well, that's not right, is it? Okay, yeah, it's still not quite right. Saturation. I don't know. What's up with it? Never mind, we'll leave it like that. Very well then, leave it. No, leave it. It's okay, leave it, yeah. Anyway, so we've got this solder braid for desoldering. And it's quite flexible, I think. Now it's told me to use earth bonding strap. Or screen, I don't know what it says, grounding strap. That's designed to move with a vehicle vibrating or something. But I think we could use this. It's flat. We can solder that and it'll wrap around and then unwrap. Wrap around, then unwrap, wrap around, then unwrap. And it's lightweight. It's not going to put too much force on it. So anyway, I'm going to try a bit of that. So at the end, we'll know how long a length we need. And we're going to try it on. Now, if this works, we'll get some better quality stuff that's designed to be... This is not the right stuff, obviously. But let's just see what we can get up to. So, what I need now is take my pills. Right, so these were finished printing yesterday. Yesterday's live stream. And they've got a little bit of an indent. What is going on with this camera today? What is going on? Can't hardly see anything. Yeah, so it's got some indents on it. Now, I haven't fastened this on yet. I could fasten it on. So what I will do... That's something else to try. I'm going to leave that for a minute. So what I'm going to try now is soldering. I don't know whether I'll finish this one. I'll have to take the lid off this one. I'm wittering on a bit tonight. I've had a bit of a day, getting back late from work and all the rest of it. Yeah, so that felt a bit stiff since yesterday. So anyway, right. So I'm going to take the lid off this. I can't remember if I've jointed this one up or not. I doubt it. So we'll take this off. Let's disassemble number 5 or number 36 actually. Right. So let's get you a better camera view. Hang on. Yeah, we got a camera view. So we're going to take this off again, all over again. On off, on off. I was going to say a bit of Clockwork Orange and a bit of the oldie and outie, but yeah, just on and off will do. Oh dear, what a game. Anyway, I'll just say hello to somebody who's not probably watching. Is it Andreas from M0FXB, is it? He commented on one of the live streams, just said hi, so I'll go, hi there, how you doing? So anyway, just in case he does stumble on this one. Alright, so anyway, we're busy doing... Oh, what am I taking that out for? Don't need to take that out. Just loosen it is the thing. Right, so I'm a bit tired tonight, so you know, I'm not going to make much sense tonight. But I needed to try this anyway. Because I'm ready to test it. Right, let's just take that off. Stuck, a little bit stuck still. There we go. Just put that there a minute. So yeah, we've got to get at this to alright, so take these bits off. So Yeah, there's no wire on it. So we've got the shaft that you can turn. You can't see anything with my hand in the way, but it turns. See, I think that's not touching. Yeah, it's not touching, I don't think. Yeah, it's not touching enough, so you've got to have to modify the spring. I wanted to do that. So I suppose before we try the braid, yeah, because we're going to have to take that out and pull it out. So we need to. So if this is touching, you'll see them move. It's sort of, yeah, it's not touching quite enough. I don't know. I suppose we get the meter out, put the meter over it, and just see. Oh, got my subscription. Would love to see the project through. You planning to open source? Yeah, it's all open source. Let me just say hi to you. Kudos Jeg. Okay. Kudos Jag. I don't know if I've destroyed that name, but I'll just say hi. Kudos Jag, and I'll just welcome everyone at the minute until if we ever get to a point where there's too many people. But anyway, welcome to the live stream. Right, so basically the files are available on Maker World if you've got a 3D printer, and as soon as we've got some code that fits onto with a web interface onto an ESP32, which I've got a web interface which I use for my own product, and I'll just use the same code instead of writing everything from scratch, and I'll just replace, take out some other web pages and just put in a one to control, probably build in an API onto it as well, so it can control it from, you know, other software. Yeah, so well, anyway, welcome to the live stream. Right, so I'm gonna have to redesign this. We've got to just test it with a meter. Let's just put the meter on it and see if there's any continuity at all from just touching the back of the spring to the front. Now, it's not going to be easy to get to the back of the spring. No, it's not. So if I put that to the centre there, this is not a good test at the minute because I'm touching it. And I can't get to the back of the spring. Right, so we're going to have to alter that. I wanted to alter it on the last live stream anyway. I wanted to alter that anyway. So let's get on with altering that then. Okay, so this one I wanted to turn it upside down. Now the only problem I've got is it gets printed flat on its face, this piece. Yeah, so it gets printed flat on its face there. So if I wanted this to be upside down. Right, either that or we need to lower it a bit. No, I wanted this the other upside down printed. So, oh yeah, luckily the cutouts are the same whether you're upside down or the right way around. So there's less to do on that. That's fine. Okay, I just need to try something a second. I've just got to have a look at something because I'm not believing what I'm being fed on the screen. I don't know why. Let's just have a look. Right. Right, so I don't know what's happened to my browser. My browser said there's only one watching. 6 watching on another browser. That's 2 different browsers. Not right. I don't get it. Maybe because I'm not logged in on it. Right, so we'll swap over browsers. Give me a second. We'll just swap over browsers. I need to know what's going on with the stream. Right, let's just get the browser onto the right one. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, it's telling me I'm on my own. I don't talk to myself normally, so then go quiet and nothing much happens. Anyway, so I've got a browser on that's reporting 12 watching, so it was the other one was 1 watching, so I was basically talking to myself. So yeah, I wanted to turn this upside down. It doesn't matter which way it goes, this one. Yeah, it actually doesn't matter which way this goes. So if I just flip it then, because what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to get a wider space here for the cable stroke whatever it is. So, and I also want to lower this down a bit. So if I flip it, that'll hold it. But then what I will have to do, because the cable will be wrapping around this, if you don't want a jagged edge, I'll have to ramp it. So if the cable or the braid touch it, it'll just lift it over without dragging against it on a sharp edge, basically. So let's just flip that round then now. So if I measure that now, I can sort of tell, I think, can I? Measure what size we got there. So we've got 3.35. Right, 0.35, so I'm going to just go ahead and flip that. Right, so I'm going to flip along the blue. Right, so we've flipped it. And it's actually flipped pretty good. Let's unflip it to see what anything happened. So, right, that was probably the best way of flipping it. So now I've got a wider area here, but now the contact strip is not going to be in the right place, and it also needs to go lower. So if I just come out of there, we can see the SO239s. Yeah, so now it's appearing, it looks more of a gap than it is in reality. So this is probably, because I've got segmented it, I've had to guesstimate the space in between the 3. So it's a nice fit now, but I think I need to lower that down. Now if I go too low, it'll hit the side. So I've got to examine the one I've got here. I've got to examine this one. Very difficult to examine sideways when you've got the covers on it. So I'm just going to spin it. Of course the ball bearings are lifting it up when I move it, so I can't actually tell. All I can do is try to hold that down and just see if I can keep it over top of an SO239 and just wobble. Yeah, there's some play there. And it's not affecting the shaft, so probably that gap is very close to what we've got actually, the one on the model. So I'll take that as gospel, and we'll purposely drop this down. I'll try 0.25 mil at a time. Yeah, kudos Jeg, if I'm saying that right, if you're still around. It's open source, Maker World. I took the main file off because I keep modifying. I didn't want people to waste their time printing out an old model, but some of the design's still there. So let me find the Right, let me bring up a browser. Go over to Maker World if I can find it. No, that's not the right one. Oh, here it is. It's just taking its time. Taking its time. So Maker World. Right. So if I go onto my history, right, and it's slow today. 3D models. We've got 3 3D models here. So we've got the antenna, switcher, stepper, motor add-on, but that's the wrong PCB. It's the mount for the stepper motor. Then you got the weatherproof case. That's something else I made. So this is out of date anyway. That's still good, but this is out of date. So I've took the other one off, the main one with all the bits. So when I finish this last little bit of the shaft, I'll upload it all back again. So then you can just, you know, open it up. What happens if you view that? Let's have a look. Yeah, it just shows you the thing on the inside. So basically this is a pole mounting weatherproof box. That's the idea, to put it externally outside. Right, and the stepper motor one is, I'm just showing that picture, that's all I'm showing, but it is actually the bracket, the mounting, the stepper motor attachment, and it's different now. That was bolted on, now it's just pushed on, so it's out of date. So basically out of date, so let's get rid of that one in a minute. So hopefully we'll be able to put it on. If you've got a 3D printer, you can make yourself one. But the program for it, I've just got some boilerplate code working with it at the minute. I've got to transplant the boilerplate code from, it's on a tiny Raspberry Pi Pico at the minute, so that's got to go on for wireless operation onto one of my controllers. So that's just some boilerplate code, so I'll have to make a module to fit in my main software, and it'll just plug in to the item. There's the new stepper motor add-on. It's basically a cup which slots onto, and then you got a spacer. That's an EMA 17 motor. Right, anyway, let's get back on with this shaft. So we've moved the shaft. I don't think I've moved it down yet. Alright, let's move. I can't remember if I've actually moved it now. So I'm going to move it down. It needs to just touch it. So if I just bring it down, let's say 0.25 of a millimeter. I'll try that first and see where we got to. So it's just touching on now, according to that. So the idea is, because it's round here and this is flat, if you hit it head on there, it'll stall. But if you hit it anywhere from there and above, it should push the spring up and on. And that's what you want, a bit of contact, a bit of forced contact. And because of the ball bearings and the holes in the bottom, as you drop it into the position, it'll automatically rise, and then when you hit the balls going to the socket, this will drop a tiny bit and touch even better. So we'll try that. Now it's going to be trial and error. Now I need to obviously alter this, so we've got no gap at the top now, so I could do with moving all that down. Yeah, so what do I need to do then is, I can just work out, right, so we've got, I need that to be, what's the size of this? Half. So I'm just trying to work out the best way of doing that. Not too sure, let's just try something. Right, let's turn it around the other way. So I could do with it going up the same length as that really. So we can do that easy by just bringing that up to there. Right, now this whole section here is suspect. Hang on. I'll be careful how I do this. So I could just bring that up. Let's tell you what, let's bring that lid up there. Let's just try that 1 mil. Let's have a look. So we're upside down on it at the minute. No, they've not quite got enough on it, look. Need to have a bit of gap, so probably have to go a little bit more. It's a bit trial and error because I got an unknown, I got some variables of distance between the modular sections, how close you can push them together. So I'll go 0.5. So when it was a one-piece shaft, work it out exactly, but it's this gap here, these bits of gaps, and that bit of gap there. It's not a known thing. Just push it together as close as you can get it, basically. Right, let's have a look at that. So that's not too bad there. Now, obviously, need to raise the floor a bit. We could do that. We can raise the floor. Let's try and work out. So we want an equal distance between there. Hang on. Equal distance between there. Right. So it's 0.411. So then we want an equal distance, probably. Let's go about that. 0.411. Right, so obviously that's in the wrong place now. Cut that out. Go into this. Alright, paste it in place. Bring the floor up to there. If it'll let me, yeah, it should do. Just tell it it's got to go up, and it's. How do I reference that? Is that enough? Yeah, that's it. Okay, so I've done some weird stuff with it now. So we've got an extra thick piece we don't need here. So we're going to sort that out next. So I can get rid of that now. Let's come out of here. And again out. Right, okay. So we're upside down. Let's go up the right way. Right, so we're in the right place. We don't want this jagged edge. We need a ramp, so when it winds around the shaft. Yeah, so what we'll do to create a ramp. Oh, I seem to have lost an edge there. Right, what's happened there? What have I done? Oh no, it's okay. It just looks weird. Yeah, that's weird. Right, so I'll probably do something like this. And I've got to get over to there somehow. Let's just do that. Let's go along. We'll use the segments. So we'll go from there to this one. Right. And I'm not in the right place, so let's go back into this piece here. Paste it in place. Let's look at it from the top, or to the bottom actually now. So this ramp would probably do it, and that just needs to go straight up to there really. Just straight to there, I suppose. Yeah, and straight to there. Okay, and now we will need a ramp. So what we'll need, I don't know if I get a ramp out of this. That's quite a steep ramp, isn't it? That's not going to work. Oh, it might be. Maybe. Yeah, it just needs to... So how do we... Right, let's just go up from there to there. To there. It's not letting me have it, why not? I know why. Right, so we need to step it. We need to go up vertically. Mess that up. Right. If we do that, then we... I'm going to have to take that off there. It's difficult to do. I suppose. Yeah, what I should have done really. Yeah, I know what I should have done. Yeah. Start again. I know what I should have done. Just grab that there and move that there. If I draw a line from there to there, bring that up to there, and then grab this and pull that down to the floor. Oh no, it's distorting everything now. We don't want to do that. Right, undo, push, pull. Right, so this is more difficult than it looks. I've got weird shades going on as well. Right, why does everything have to be difficult? Why can't it be easy? Right, so what else can we do? I could pull those out. Let's just try pulling that out and see what happens. What's going to happen here? Oh, it's distorting the whole thing. Right. Yeah, I'm still not happy with the funny shade there. Oh, he's lost the line again. Look at that. What is going on? Right, okay, it's back to normal now. We shouldn't have that line there, by the way. No, not anymore. Let's get rid of that. Maybe that's what it was complaining about. Right, so we've got that there. Okay, and we need to... want a ramp. All I want is a ramp. A simple ramp. But because it's a circle, it's not as easy as it sounds. So you have to start somewhere there and ramp up. Well, I don't know. Yeah, how can you have a ramp on a bend? It's difficult. It doesn't have to be much of a ramp, it just has to be not a sharp edge. So, I think... I know. What about if I just come from there to there? Go from there to there. And from there to there. That's okay. I'll need to do there to there. Okay. What's that like? It's a little bit weird, but it's a ramp. No, is that still too sharp to me? That looks still too sharp. So, let's go... How do I do a less sharp one? No, that won't. So, no. Yeah, it's because we're... Right. Anyway, so... yeah. Let's do some backtracking. Okay, so... trying to get my head around the best way of doing this. So we want right, not sure. Not sure about that. We'll just do something with it. But what though? I'd have to square that off, wouldn't I? Square that, I don't know. Anyway, so we know we can't have a sharp edge. So it needs a nice narrow ramp. I'll tell you what, let's just fill the polygons, see what comes out of it. Okay, so that's sort of, yeah, okay, that's doing something. Alright, let's do like that. Can't go up there, that's too high. That's too low. Right, what if I go from... No, that's going to be too high. What if I grab that and copy it and put it there? Right, okay, then I draw a line from there to there. That's going to be too much of a spike. It's created a ramp, but, well, yeah, sort of. So I need to, what? I don't know. Don't need that. No, that's just bad, isn't it? Why do I always end up doing something that's difficult to do? So that's about the right ramp. Just the angle's not good. Oh, that needs to come down flatter here. So maybe it is that one. So get rid of that. Oh, no, let's keep that. Get rid of this one. And somehow bring that down. Oh, don't know. Right, well, I'm not sure. No, that's not going to work like that. So maybe I've got to just spoil the curve. Wait, maybe I don't want a curve. Yeah, because I don't know. Alright, we'll have a drink and have a rethink. Alright, if I can get back to something of normality. Right. Right, let's stand back and have a think. This is something I've already done in the past, but for some reason it eludes me now. What is going on here? You have a new message. Alright, fair play. I don't want a message, I'm supposed to be resting. Oh, right, so we're upside down. So we just want a smooth transition. That's all we're after. Right, what about if I section this up? Oh, spiral. They didn't teach you spirals. You need mathematics to work out spirals. I've got some markings. I need a ramp that starts on an angle then tapers out. Probably do it I don't know, let's just go with anything. Let's just do something. Oh, I'm useless at this just lately. Right, Anyway. That's not good because it's not. Right, I'm crap at this. I'm crap. I'm crap at this. Why am I going to do that? It's just I can do a wedge on a square. Like if you do a square, if you just go like this and bring it up like that, and then get the that bit and make sure that's not, yeah, just get that and push that down to there, and then you got your wedge. See, there's your wedge, but it doesn't translate easy to a round. Yeah, that's the problem. Let's try and break it down. If it's too difficult, break it down into smaller parts. So, okay. Right, easier said than done. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll go up like that. And up like that. And up like that. And then I'll, don't know, grab that and go to there. Grab that. We're going to reference that line there. Go to there, and we're going to reference that line there. And go to there. So all we've done is put an edge on it. Okay, and we could do a similar thing, can we? Yeah, let's do a similar thing here. Just go up to there. I don't know. Sorry. Don't know what I'm doing, but anyway. So then I've got to go. I've already got the lines there. So then I can go across the bottom. Hang on. No, I don't think we need the last one. Alright, so I go across the bottom like that. Then I go halfway down. What we got? 2.214. I go there. No, I've got a go there and go there. Join that up with that and that with that. Join that up with that and that with that. So, and then we need to join up that with that. Right, we're still not forming anything. Yeah, so then we can get rid of that, that, and that, and that, and that. Okay, so we've got the shape going around the bend. Okay, fair play. So what we need then is to join this up. Yeah, join that up with there. Join that. No, that didn't work. So what's the matter with this? Why isn't that not creating a line? Come on, it's not having it. Oh, there you go. Right, so we're filling it up slowly. And we can't fill that up. Why can't we fill that up? Maybe if I do. Oh, yeah. And we need to fill the ramp up with something. So, can we go middle for middle? No. That didn't do anything for us. Middle for. No, nothing. What about middle for middle? No, nothing. What about from there to there? No, still nothing. Right, okay. Okay. Okay, it's not liking it. It's not filling it up. Doesn't like the plane of it. No, just definitely doesn't like the plane. It's supposed to be creating panels, but it's on a twist. I don't think it likes it on the twist. No, it definitely doesn't like that on the twist. Alright. I don't know what to say other than keep trying to put bits on. You can't force it. I don't know. Just keep going until something happens. Nah, it's not happening, is it? Not happening. So, what can I do? I've run out of ideas. Yeah, I've run out of ideas. It doesn't want to fill anything that's to do with... Right. Yeah, it doesn't want to fill if it's not a square. So, right, that's a weird one on there. So, if I can't fill it if it's not a square, I don't know what to do with it then. Leave it. Just leave it, otherwise we'll be doing it. Getting nowhere fast with it for 3 hours. Okay. I don't know what to say, so I'll just leave it for now. I can get a wedge shape, but I can't get a... yeah. I could do it if it was an equal amount. Don't know. Right, let's try a smaller one then. Alright, let's try a smaller one. Right, let's just go off on an angle. I think we tried this one already. Right, so we managed to get something. Right, okay. Let's just go with something then. Right, so we've got something. Something is better than nothing. Maybe. Something is better than nothing. Maybe. Right, okay. So we've got something. We've got too many walls now, so we're going to have to get rid of some of the walls. Is that a wall? Right, I've got to see if that's a wall now. I've got to go into the model. And is that a wall? Yeah, I've got to get rid of the wall. And the base. And that. And that. And that. Right, and that. And that. And that. No. What's happened there? Right, so we've got... Oh, I see. We needed to keep the angle like that. Is that the one? I don't know. Right, so we've got rid of the... Yeah, so we need to do the same this side. So I need to go into the model to be able to select the inner surfaces. Get rid of that, get rid of that one. Get rid of that, that and that. And... Oh, I see. So something went wrong there. Right, is that okay now, or have I messed it up? No, I've messed it up. It's torn. Right, hang on then. It's tearing it up. Right, so we're back to where we got to, so I can't move that one. Let's go into it. Let's just get rid of the back end of it. Yeah, so we've got to get rid of this one, that one, that one, that one, and that one, and that's it. And this one, get rid of that, and that. Right, everything else stays. Yeah, and let's do a smoothing action. See if we can get rid of any lines. Yeah. That's a weird looking thing, isn't it? Oh well, it is what it is. Right. Yeah, so we've got ramps. They're not very nice ramps, but they're better than nothing. Anyway, so we've got that. We're a bit thick now here. Yeah, we're a bit thick, so we need to get rid of some of the thickness. Let's just work out what we've got here. 1.453, and we've got, what have we got here? 2.731. Right, I don't know. Let's just take off 0.25. No, what's that? Take off 1 mil. Then we've got, what have we got? 1.731 as opposed to 1.453. We want that the same, really. I've even forgot what I just said. Right, 1.453. We need to do some maths. 1.731. Maths with a calculator. 1.731 minus whatever that was. My memory's not good. 1.453. 1.453. 0.278. .278. We should end up with, yeah, that's it. Okay, so we've got that there, and it pushes down over it and just rests there. Right, let's turn it back the right way round. So we've got the stop and we've got a gap, and we don't know what to do with this gap. Two opposing faces. Before we used to raise that up. So what do I do there then now? Oh, make that wider, longer, or because it can't sit there. It won't know where to sit. Oh, that's fixed to that, so it can't go anywhere. But this will then move around. So this will move up and down. We can't have that moving. It needs to be locked in place. Although in reality it won't move a lot. So I don't want to make that any thicker. And I can't have anything on this side because that's printed front face down. So that'll automatically sit on that next one. I suppose we could make the top one thicker. No, it's got to take the ball bearing, isn't it? No, that's got to stay where it is. So that gets printed flat as well. So we want a little spacer printed out in there, similar to that collar size. Or we just go ahead and make it this one thicker. I think we'll just do that, it's simpler. Yeah, we'll just make that one thicker. So I'll go into that one. We'll show the rest of the model. Oh, get rid of some of those. We'll lift that up. And we'll go up direction to there. That's it. Okay. Now it needs to have a slight gap, because you can't fit them. Oh, you might be able to actually. We'll go with that. Now, does the ball bearing drag on the bottom of it? Yes. So the ball bearing, if you do have one there, it's going to be a problem. So we need a cavity. Or we need a thinner. No, it's got to be the full size of that. Right, so we need a cavity. And we can't have a cavity because we're printing the other way around. Unless we have a hole right through it. Right. One problem cured, two problems made. Yeah. Right. So, yeah, we need to keep away from that. So the only thing I can do is put a hole all the way through to there. Does it matter? It probably doesn't matter. Let's do that then. Let's grab. What we want is to grab the ball bearing, or that marker there will do. Right, we'll come out of there. We'll go into this. We'll paste it in place. Hide the rest of the model. We don't need X-ray for this, I don't think. Put it down onto the surface. Make sure we're only going, that's it, it's already on. Right, and now we need to push that through the whole thing. No, it's wider than the actually doesn't need to push through the whole thing, it just needs clearance for the wheel, but it's better if I push it straight the way through. Can I do that? Let's see what happens. Can I go all the way through? Sort of. Well, it's created the hole. It's created a surface which we don't want. So is it just a matter of grabbing the surface and deleting it? No, it isn't, because we've now deleted one of our faces. Can I do it from this way? Sort of. Oh. Somewhat messed it up, haven't I? Let's come back the other way around. So we've got our guides, fair enough. Oh, we've weakened it a bit here. That should be... Oh no, it's got the ramp, so it should be fine. So all we've got to do is delete some of this internal stuff. Can we delete it? Or is it gonna... Let's try it. Well, it's sort of got rid of it. No, don't want to do that. So we need to intersect the faces with the model. Right. Alright, let's try and intersect those faces with the model. Let's try again. Intersect the faces with the model. Right, let's draw some lines now. So it's made a bit of an ugly thing there. Let's see if it's made anything else problem. No, it's kept it local, that's okay. So now we should be able to delete the surface. Right, so we've got rid of the surface. And we should be able to get rid of this surface as well. And then we need to get rid of these, yeah, these bits, this cage it's made. So delete some of this stuff. Tidy this up. So we've got a hole going through. At least you can see the contact strip a bit better. Hey, I've had an idea. I've had an idea. This might be the last little... This was supposed to be the final bit in the puzzle. This might be an additional bit to the puzzle. A bonus. We put a spring under the ball bearing. It actually pushes and releases it though. Yeah. Maybe not. Maybe it's the wrong way around. Right. So can I get rid of that? Yeah, and that. Right. So we're getting rid of stuff slowly. It's like a 3D game. This is. Puzzle. So I said it would be a last bit of puzzle. Didn't know it was going to end up being a puzzle. Oops. Yeah, we need to be able to slot this right the way through. Oh, I keep hitting the wrong bit. Right, have we cleaned that up now? No, not quite. Right, I can't delete that, can I? No, not yet. Right, so we'll leave it for there. Right, so we've got... Oh, I see. We've got some weirdness. So I need to get rid of weirdness. Dear me. Right, okay. Okay. Oh, we've lost something. What? How do we lose that? Maybe we can put it back. Oh, do we need that? Yeah, we need that. So let's go back a touch. Oh, it was gone anyway. Okay. Redo, Control Y. Right, so we lost it anyway. So all we need to do is join up. Yeah, join up that to there. Right. Yeah, and join up that to there. Okay, so we've got our surface back again, and yeah, that's okay. I don't know why it's showing me these bits here. Oh well, it is what it is. Right, so we can slide our contact strip in. We've got room for the ball, and for some reason we've got a hole straight through. Don't know why, but anyway. Right, we've got a ramp that's not quite enough ramp. Not enough. It's not enough. Alright, let's get back the right way up and let's have a look at that. So we've got our ball bearing sat there. You could put a spring in there under the ball bearing, and when that hits, if that hits the upper slot, so as you turn, that's on the stop anyway. So this ball bearing is not really any good where it is it? But anyway, what you really need is, yeah, you really need a spring from there to there. But then you wouldn't be able to wrap around your, yeah, forget about that. Right, so we've got this thing, so we could print that out now, that new one, but the ramp doesn't look enough to me. So you got to wrap your braid around the SO239s. From there, solder it to there, wrap it round. Which way would you go? Around like that, and then up through the, up to there, and solder on there. So in that case, we don't need the hole anymore at the top, do we? No, we don't need that hole. It's of no use to us. No use to us. I'll leave it there for now though. It's of no use, but yeah. Right. So we've got something weird going on, but we've got the, I don't know, just something weird going on. Right, let's print one out and try it. Yeah, let's print it out and try it. Right, okay. So what have we adjusted? We've only adjusted that centre one, haven't we? We haven't adjusted nothing else. Yeah. We've lowered it. Alright, so all I need to do is print that one then. That. Just print that. Let's try and smooth it. Export it. And we're going to call, we know which one it is. It's the modular. Where is it? There it is. It's not the top, it's the middle from the top. Overwrite it. I've lost it now, so I can't go back to the old one. Wasn't right anyway, so I wouldn't worry about it. Right, so we're going to this Bamboo Lab now. Right, let's go into here and open up the shafts. Open up them shafts. Right, so now this one here is no longer any good. Delete it. So I'm going to do File, Import. Right, where's it gone? Why I keep losing that? There it is. Right, so auto align it, bring it back to there. Right, so we're going to print that one out. It's a little weird now, but anyway. So we're going to turn it. Yeah, so do we need any? I need a set of shafts for this new one. So do I print all shafts? Or no, I'll tell you what. Let's just print that one out. So we don't want to make that printable at the minute, nor that. So we just want that one. So save. Let's just print that. Won't take too long then. Right, print 8 minutes, 0.7 pence in plastic. Right, let's just print that out and try it on. And maybe I can find out what length the braid has to be to wrap from the incomer to the pin to make it work. Maybe. What's the thumbnail say? Centre feed. It's the centre feed. Right, let that go through. So, I did start putting up some plates. So let that go through. What happened to the plates? I did a load of plates. Yes, I could put this this whole project on one plate. So at the minute you got separate bits there, separate bits there. That's the shaft. What else have we got? I can't remember. Oh yeah, these. And that. Yeah, so we're going to put it into... stepper motor will be one. Oh no, you might as well put it all on the same one. On a different plate. So we need to create a new job. Really. File. New project. Right. And we're going to call this the... what should we call this? I thought I already named all this once. Didn't I name all this? Anyway, we'll create it again. So this first one, we'll just call this the... We've already got it, haven't we? Shaft. Got separate items, so we'll put it all together. So it's the HF7 band. Is it band switcher? I don't know. HF7 band switcher. I don't know. I suppose we better put the call sign on it. Right, HF7 band switcher. Now it's probably better to be a receive switcher, receive antenna switcher, because you can't really harm it if you just receive it on it. You can't. Yeah, but anyway, HF7 band switcher. What do I call this live stream? 7 band HF antenna switcher. I suppose it better be called the same as the live stream. 7 band HF antenna switcher. G7UIV. That'll do. Okay, so we'll import some stuff. What should we do first? Print the outsides, then the in, or the insides, then the out? Okay, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll bring in import. Right, the chassis. There's so much to bring in. Right, let's try and get it neatened up. So that's the chassis. I can't remember what I called it now. Chassis plastics time 4. Is that the one? Uh, 21st of the 2nd. Yeah, that's probably it. I don't know. So I'll tell you what we'll do. Won't bring that in. We'll go into this. Let's just have a look what's going on with this device. Make sure that it's cleaning the nozzle. That's fine. Yeah, so we'll export it from the actual model. And at least we know we're getting the right one. So chassis clamp, there it is. Oh, I wanted to do something to this. Yeah, I wanted to give it an indent, because now we've moved all the brass inserts. We've moved them all out of the way. So we could thin this wall now. Yeah, I think I need to do that now. There's a problem. It gets printed on that edge. So if I was to thin it out, that end, it would make an unsightly edge, so we're going to have to leave that. I could thin out the back, but that's no help to us. No, it's going to have to stay like that. Oh well. Right, so let's get this. Oh, that's the wrong one anyway. Right, I'm actually showing the wrong one. Why have I still got that one? chassis clamps, chassis half. Where are you? It's the problem. We've got different things going on. Chassis halves. Turn off chassis halves out. That's it. Oh no, that's the other shaft. That's the other half. Bloody hell, hang on. See, I got them mixed up. Got them mixed up. Chassis halves, right. That's a chassis half as well. What is going on? Chassis halves. Right, that's a chassis half. I don't get what is going on here. Have I not got a single one left? I thought I did. That's a chassis half as well. So where's my chassis? I don't get it. That's the old one. I've got too many chassis here. Right, where are we going? Chassis halves, chassis clamps. Did I call it chassis? Oh, I don't know what I called it anymore. Right, so chassis halves. Well, that's... Oh, that is half. That's half there. So I haven't actually got the one anymore. Where's the original? So it looks like they're there, but they're not there. I'm missing something. Maybe I've messed it up. Because these didn't turn out any good, these didn't. I was trying to do too much, so... Well, there's the line. I think I might have deleted it. So I want the separate ones. I have got them. I printed them only the other day, so tell you what I'll do. Let's just have a look on here, see what's going on with this, make sure it's not gone nuts. It's printing. Okay, so it's printing. Right, so if I go down here, these ones here, chassis times 4. That was the last ones I did that were right. So I printed that earlier, and I printed that after. Chassis times 4 plastic. But I've no longer got that left. What? I don't know. I'll have to find it. Anyway, let's just get those. Right, so there they are. Can I copy? Can I copy it? Can I copy that? Is there a copy? Copy process settings. Reload from disk. Right, it's reloaded it, so it must be still there. I can't measure this thing, that's the trouble. And I've made some minor adjustments. Right. Anyway, we'll have to come back to that. I need to find it in the model. When I saw that line there and there, I thought that was a separate one, but it's not. They're just overlapped. Right, so I suppose what I ought to do is, so I threw them away. I made some half ones, but I threw them out because they were rubbish. Yeah, here they are. I printed them out. Thought I'd get halves instead of quarters, and then just put them together like that. Sounds good, but then when you look at it, yeah, because as it's printing these overhangs here, you get a horrible bit of, it's just printing upside down. I suppose you could I don't want to print with support material, it's wastes of material. Anyway, so I'll need to put that back as it was. I suppose if I look at the file manager, right, let's do it off the file manager. Right, let's have a look. So chassis, is that the one? Hang on. What's this? Chassis times 4 plastic. Chassis times 4 plastic. So the date on that was the 22nd. 22nd. Yeah. So I need to find the single one that I saved called STL. Chassis plastic STL. Chassis plastic STL. Now that should say 22nd on it. No, 21st. Right. So I can't tell if it's the right one without printing one out. 21st of the 9th. Oh, 21st of February. Modified. Right, where was that other one? Where's he gone? Can't find it now. Where's he gone? Lost it. Just totally lost it now. Where's he gone? There. What's the properties on that? 22nd. Could be totally different, couldn't it? Right, we'll have to recreate it again. That's the right one, but I can't copy it out. Add part. Is there no copy? Edit. Copy. Right, then go back to, did I create one? Recent projects. No, it's not there. Didn't I save it? What happened to that? Open a project. I don't know what I've done with it. Did I not save that? Maybe I didn't save it. Right, we'll start again then. Right, so file new project. Tell you what we'll do. We'll go back to that, we'll save as. And we'll call it HS. Well, it's something totally different here. Oh, I'm totally confused tonight. Right, we'll leave that for a minute. We'll probably be this thing will be ready now. I'll have to do that when I'm awake. Yeah, this is nearly finished. I'll get it ready. Right, so we're finished. Yeah, I'll let that cool down for a minute or two. Right, so going back to this. So this is the wrong stuff. So chassis clamps doesn't do anything. So anyway, they're all there. So let's rebuild this then. Hide the chassis clamps so I can see what's going on. So this should be a better fit now. And I need to get some of this solder braid and desoldering braid, I think. I don't know how flexible it is. So we're going to wrap that round and then unwrap it as we twist. It's quite lightweight, and there's hardly any friction going on. maybe it's good enough, I don't know. ChatGPT says it's no good. It'd be alright for a prototype, but I don't know. I can't break it, I don't think. That looks good to me. Anyway, so we need to find out what the exact size is to cut it, so it just wraps around the shaft just enough. Just enough. So that, and I'll be able to cut that in a minute and solder it on. Right, I'm going to go and grab it before it's cooled down. I'll be back in a small interim. Right, I'm back. Right, so I printed out. I think one of the edges is a little bit thin. Just this bit here. It might not matter. It's probably where the ball is. Let's just get rid of any bits off it. There's a bit of something there. Let's just tidy that up a bit. Yeah, let's pull that bit out. Push that all through. Clear them out. I think that's it. Yeah, okay. Right, so there it is. So I'll put it on the other camera now and we'll have a look at it. Ta-da! It's not very well zoomed in, so we need to take this out. Right, so the ball bearings have fell out, so I need to disassemble the top. It's the same. Oh, the ball bearings are falling out. That needs to come off now. So I just pull that off there. Right. We need my contact strip back out. So I need to get the pliers and pull that out. So let's pull that out of there. Just drag it out. That's it. That one's scrap. Maybe. Let's put... Actually, this isn't the right one, is it? This is an old one. That's an older one. So let's grab a new contact strip. I've got some solder on them. Right, let's put the soldering iron on. Just clean the solder blob off it so I can slide it in. Right, let's let that warm up a minute. Right. Yeah, I'll just let that warm up a bit. So I've got it in bits at the minute, it's all in bits. Which one's that? Oh, that's the bottom bit. Oh, I can still assemble it. Here we go then. Can still put the new bit in, so that fits upside down now onto the same bit. Just push together, that's it. Yeah. Okay, and that bit can go on top of there again. That's it, and it nicely lines up flat like that. So then you've got your two ball bearings. I have to put them in the right hole ready. Like that. I wonder if I should apply a bit of grease. No, I haven't got any grease here. I've only got bicycle chain, so no, I'll leave that for a bit. So that looks quite solid now, quite a solid shaft. It's alright, like. Yeah, 100% fill. Right, let's just wait for that to power up. Yeah, because this contact strip, it's one of the first ones I tried, and it's been in and out that many units. So I'll use this one. I'm just going to take the solder blob off the end, so I can pop it in. Shouldn't take too long to warm up the soldering iron. Right, let's just get the solder blob off. Has that got it off? I think so. Right, that should do it. I'll leave the iron on because we might want to solder a braid on it in a minute. Why have I got a weird looking thing that's sticking out here now? It's just a bit of... Right, so I just need to straighten that up. Of course I'm dropping the stuff all over the place again. Right, so I'm just going to straighten the contact up there because this is the little copper strip, I need it to be flat. Yeah, so it's just flat now. Yeah. Right, let's see if we can get it in. Probably best to disassemble this again, just to get it in. It's easier to get the contact strip while it's in bits. So, just push that in there. Right, it's not going in. Why not? Let's force it in. Right, it's going in now. Look. You have to just inch it in. It's a tight fit 'cause you want a tight fit. Just inch it in at a time. Just enough to stick out the arse end so you can solder it. I'll have to just push on that. This one's a little bit shorter than the other one. Without folding it up. It's come out too far. So if it comes out too far, just got to push it back with the tweezers. Just lever it back into place. So you want it to stick out like that, just so you can get your solder on the back of there. Now you could, yeah, so tell you what, I'll assemble it back up and we'll try it. So that needs to be, that can go any way, that can. This can only go one way though. Oh yeah, that can go any way. I'm not sure which way it is. It could be that way or that way now, it doesn't really matter. Oh no, one's a different shape to the other one. Is it? The top is, but the bottom isn't. I don't know. I suppose it doesn't matter. Let's just push it anyway. And put the top on, which is the right way round, like that. Yeah, there we are. Okay, so you can only just see where the wire needs to go, right in there. So to solder that on, you will need to take it apart. Now put the bit, I just want to see if it touches, if I can stop the bearing from spinning around. Right, so I'm going to put this back on there. Just move it to the side, push it in the shaft. Right, how can I tell? How can I tell if it's doing it? I haven't got the cradle showing, so we're not, yeah. I don't know if it's touching or not, to tell the truth. It might be still too high. Oh, easy way to tell. Put it down. Actually, I can put my probe through there now. I can put the probe through there, put this meter onto continuity and put the centre pin in there and touch the shaft. Nothing. Now there is something else that's got to go in. Oh, once I got that in I won't be able to do it. So I don't think it's touching it right. Or is it because I'm not holding that back properly? Maybe. Let's try the next one. Yeah, I don't think it's enough. I'm holding it square. I don't know, I can't tell. It's difficult to tell. Like I say, you can't see it from the angle. I think it needs to be a bit more. Right, I think what we're going to do is have to solder the braid to it and try it while it's assembled, because at the minute it's not being held right, so it needs to be held right, like being clamped together. So I think we'll put the braid on. So we'll go ahead and take that out a minute, disassemble this. If it's not right, I'll have to lower it on the next model tiny bit down, you know, till it's right. There's no real adjustment, so it's printed exactly in place. So I've got to solder some braid. I don't know if this idea will work, so I'm going to try it. So I'm just going to cut this bit of braid down. I'll put you onto, oh, that's the wrong one, this one. Right, watch the iron, it's still hot. It's still on, that is. Right, I'm going to cut the braid here, a little piece off to get a nice piece. Right, and I'm going to cut a bit of a length on it. I'm not sure how far, it needs to wrap around. I'll have to cut extra, so a bit extra than I need. Then I'm going to have to go over to the solder station. Well, it's not even a station, just a soldering iron at the minute. And I'm going to have to make some space, get the solder out. I'll put all the solder away as well, everything. Yeah, there it is. Right, so I've got to attach this to the, yeah, attach it to there without yeah, it's difficult. Oh, it's got to come through. It's got to come up and through. So you could almost do with slotting the, yeah, you can't do it. Right, it's difficult. Right, let's put a bit of solder on the back of it. I want a little bit of a blob, but not a lot. Right, I can't see what I'm doing, but anyway, I'll try. Right, so I'll just put a bit of a, right, I've got a blob on it. Now, the trick is the blob has not got to stop it from being pulled out. So then I've got to get my little pliers and push it out without, I don't want to touch the smooth end where it touches. It's difficult. But he said it was easy. Right. That's it, push it out. Now I've got to get the braid up there. Right, so I'll get the braid on it. I need to tin the braid, but I don't want the braid to, the flux is dried out on it anyway, so it shouldn't soak up too much. So I just want a little bit on the end, like that. Yeah, that's okay. You can't see, sorry. Right, I'm going to put that up there, just at the back of there, like that. And I need to touch it on. Just touch it on, basically. Right, I'm gonna just apply a little bit of, I don't think that was enough. Was that enough? Yeah, it was actually. Yeah, just right, I think, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to pull out this now as far as I can get it without touching the end. So once you got this size right, it's fiddly, but once it's right, I've got to try and push that up there, and it's sort of attached to the plastic. I have to modify that back end. Oh, it's allowed me to push it out, so I pushed it right out. That's as far as I can push it, which is good. Right, so now I need to wrap it around the shaft. So probably better off on this one. Solder iron doesn't reach over here. So that can be put back together now. So let's put that back together. Alright, so that's the bottom. And we want that pushing down. We've got a bit of a problem now. We've got a bit of a problem. I forgot it was upside down. Right, so I've put it in the wrong way. Yeah, I'm going to have to take it off again. That's supposed to go up that way. Right, let's take that off. I was so used to doing it the old way. Right, so it's got to come off and be soldered from this side. Actually, it makes it a bit easier, I think, maybe. Right, so as long as I just get that onto there, just solder it on. Right, that's quite hot. It's a good job I got asbestos fingers. Right, so we're on. Right, so I can carry on assembling, so that's good. Right. Right, here we go. Push that onto the shaft again. Right, we're back on. We've got this little bit of a braid sticking off. Now I don't know which way to wrap it, so it's going to be in like that, and it's going to start life at 1 when it's fully out and fully wound up. So it's got to go right when it's all the way round. It'll be wound up. Yeah, so wound round. Alright, so you can probably wind a bit round it, but you don't want too long a length really. Alright, so you can put the shaft back on. Right, that's the shaft complete. Then I've got to solder the one end. Now when it's fully, hang on. Where is the... Oh, it doesn't matter on the bottom, does it? It's the lid that matters, so... I've got to pick one of these to use for soldering. So that winds round there. Right, so then that's probably too much. Let's have a look. So I'll pop that back on there. Right, so pretend that's the shaft. We'll pretend that's the one. So we're fully wound round. Then we got to unwind. And as we unwind, what's happening? Oh, it's just like unspiraling. Yeah, and that's the final position there. There's a bit of overlap, so we want that tightly wound as we can. Yeah, so we probably need to take that out and form it better so you know it's going around the right way. So we need to just pull that around if we can. Bend it now, it's quite solid, that is. Maybe we'll leave it there then. Maybe I'll just press that up like that and twist a bit and come round and wrap it round like that. Now I need to find the length of this, so once we've got it we'll have to take it apart. You've got to be able to build it at the end of the day, easy. It's got to be able to be built. Right, so just put that back on. Right, so that's fully clockwise. That's taut and soldered onto the incomer when I solder it. I haven't soldered it. Then I unravel it. And as I'm unraveling, it's coiling itself back out again. That's fully clockwise, and it's coming out, but it's not getting in the way. And coiling it back up. Right, so I can almost mark that now. I could cut that off there. Alright, so I'm going to take that out of there now. Alright, I'm going to cut that off and measure it at the same time. So that is the length we need it at. So I'm going to cut that off there. Okay, so I need to measure that now so I know what it is for next time. Measure the length of that. Right, so we've got, if I hold that to the end of there. Right, so it's 80 mil. Yeah. 80 millimeters. So I'll tell you what I'll do. Got the sniffles today. I'll cut the next one ready. So I'll just measure it to 80 millimeters and cut it. This is the next one ready. So I need another 8 of them after. Whoops, dropped it again. This solder braid I bought was never desoldering braid. It was never any good anyway. You have to dip it in flux. There's like no flux on it. Right, so we've got a spare bit for after. What we've got to do is assemble this and then test it. Now I need to know. I don't think. Yeah, this doesn't matter which way it goes. None of this matters because it's only the stop, which is on the top bit, you've got to put in the right place. So what I've got to do now, I can't get that out of there. I'm going to have to twist. Yeah, I'm going to have to twist it round so I can solder it. So I need to come in on a flat one. So I'm temporarily going to twist it round so I can get to the cup side of it. Then I'm going to have to twist it back again after. This is not easy. Yeah, it's just starting to go now. Right, that'll do. Oh, ball bearings are coming out. So that's my incomer. So I've got to tin the end of that and somehow get it in there. But it's got to be able to rotate back around again. So I need to do it upside down. Yeah. That's got to be soldered onto there. Right, I'll try and do it. I've got to take it over here to do it. Okay, let's just take it over here and do it. We're nearly there. So I'm going to tin the end. Tin the end of this. Right. So tin the end. I'm going to tin the SO239 inner. Alright, that's done. Now I've got to turn this temporarily upside down while I put the end of this cable in there without burning myself. Not easy. Oh, it's not easy when it's burning you. Let's get the pliers. Tweezers, I mean. Right, it's just, I've got no desk space and everything's caving in on me. Dear me. I've got projects hanging out my ears here. Right, let's just get this around here. Let's put a. Oh, don't burn me vintage computer. Did I just burn it? Maybe not. Bloody hell, gotta be careful, that's an expensive computer. It shouldn't be there like that, really. Right, we're on. I'm going to turn that off before it burns everything. Right, so we're back over here now. Okay, so I've got the thing, call it a thing. Now I need to turn the shaft back around, spin it around so the cup is on the bottom, I think. Yeah, because otherwise the braid will be the wrong way round. Maybe it is anyway. Well, that's where I want it. Right. So it needs to be wrapped around. Yeah, so that's its minimum position. So if I wrap it round this way, like that. This is a nightmare. Oh yeah, just sits perfect there. Right, so I put the ball bearings back, if I can find them. Where are they all gone? There's another one. 2 ball bearings, so that can go back over there like that. Yeah, and we're just in nicely there. Let's just try it. Let's see if there's any problem. No problem yet. Right, okay, no problem yet. Apart from the stop's not on, so it allows you to go right over. Right, I've got a bearing missing. Where's that gone? Where's my bearing gone? It's right in there. It's gone to Davy Jones's locker. And I almost spilt my drink. Alright. I'll put that in there. Okay. So this is the first time we're going to get to a stage where we've got frame ground and we've got our centre feed. Now do I put a drop of oil? Maybe. Shall I put a drop of oil? Yeah, go on. Right, all I've got is PTFE, white PTFE, and I've got a straw and a quick splash of this. It's bicycle stuff really. I'll just spray the bearing each side of the ball bearing, and maybe the shaft, and that's about it. I can't get to the other bit. Could do with spraying the shaft. Let's just lift that up a bit. Yeah, it's a tight fit on that bottom fitting, so let's get a bit of a spray on there and on there. Don't know what PTFE oil spray does to ABS. Probably nothing. Not sure. Could have an adverse effect on it. Alright. Almost there. Oh! It's like playing pinball. Where's the ball bearing gone? Come on. Oh, it's moved. They both moved. That's the trouble when put them. That's why I put them up in the air. So yeah, just have to be careful when you put this on. Right, slot it over top of the bearings. Yeah, we're in. Okay. Right, so we're okay there. Right, let's put the stop on. This is the one with the stop. That stop's got to go where it is now. That's fully clockwise, so it's got to go like that. Right, so we're on. Now we've got to put the cover back on. Okay, let's put the cover back on. Let's just bolt the cover down. we'll be able to do some proper tests. Well, not proper tests, but basic continuity tests. A proper test would be under load and all this kind of stuff, measuring amps. Probably get power of 21 watt bulbs, 21 watt bulb, automotive bulb through the output, and could do with a bulb on each output really, like the old dummy loads from back in the 70s, 80s, made out of a bulb. I asked ChatGPT about the bulb, can I still get them? He found some on eBay. They were like £20 each from the USA, and he said they used to use them as a cheap form of dummy load because they were very close to 50 ohm, so they were ideal for testing power. So in that case, I think I'm going to buy a pack of 10 PLs with the adapter, the reducer. Take the reducer out, throw that away. Find a bulb that sits inside it. 3D print a red ABS shroud or something that goes over it, and then maybe be nice in color coded, so if it lights up in a different color for each output, but resistor color coded, but not necessary. So then you can switch it and see the brightness and keep switching it back and forth and see if there's any flickering or any abnormality. Is that the lot? I think that's the lot. Right, so they're all tight now. So on can go the actuator. Right, let's get a different view because my back's killing leaning over the desk. Right, so oh, that's a very lovely action. You can't even see it, the camera's too high, sorry. Bloody hell, I like it when you do something and it actually turns out better than what you thought. Jesus. Right, so now what we need to do now is test some continuity. Get the meter out. That's a good idea. What's a good idea? How you doing, Andy? Let me just say hi. Andy, how you doing? Welcome. Forgot the E. Put the E and don't forget the E. Right. What's a good idea? That's a good idea. I don't know what is a good idea. Sorry. If you're still there, what's a good idea? Get it tested. Put the meter on it. Yeah, I don't know. Right, let's put the drop down view again. Put the meter on it. So we've got ohms, just basic ohms at the minute. Of course, the cables are all twisted again. Why doesn't someone invent some probe cables or some leads off a multimeter? It doesn't get tangled. Right, let's see what we got. Let's first make sure we got frame ground. We've got frame ground, so your incomer's there. So I'll just put that into the incomer. I've got bits of the next one all over the place. The next one, so I haven't really got a PL. Tell you what, I'll put a patch lead on it. Andy will laugh at my patch lead. Look at that braid sticking out. I said I did it on purpose, but I didn't. I have cut them in the past, and I thought, well, there's no harm it sticking out. There's no harm really. So anyway, I mean the whole thing is metal anyway, but to make it neater, yeah. I see what you're saying, but anyway, Right, so I'm going to plug this into the incomer. And you can screw it right up like that, no problem. And I'm going to just get rid of the shroud a minute. I'm going to put, I could do with a different way of doing that. How can I hold that on there? Needs to be screwed on. I'll have to hold it by hand for now. Right, so the red one, the red probe. Let's see if we got any luck here. So we're on 7 at the minute. Centre core 7. A light test, yes, a light test. You need a nice heavy dummy load on it. So that's let's see how many ohms we got. 1 ohm, 0 ohm. Right, next one, nothing there. Switch it. 1 ohm, 0 ohm. Switch it again. And yeah, 3 out of 7. Switch it again. Yeah, 4 out of 7. 5 out of 7. Can't get to this one. Can't. Yeah, 6 out of 7. Oop, and 7 out of 7. Oh my god. It might be finished. What? Never. Never. Oh, let's try it on the. See if it'll still spin on this stepper motor now. So we've got frame ground and we've got continuity. Now what we don't know is what the SWA's like, so we'll have to put it on a radio on about 10 watts. Now ChatGPT say it would radiate slightly from the webbing. Where has it gone? I've lost it. Yeah, I lost it. There it is. So it'll radiate slightly, it says, from this. But there's a frame ground around it, so it should mask it off. Anyway, I'll believe it. Right, let's try stepper motor now again. Right, let's check this on. So that's 1, so that needs to go there. Yeah. I'll push that on. Oh, you can't see, sorry. So the stepper motor add-on, you just line up the flat of the shaft, put that into your bottom, not literally, put that into the bottom of the switcher, press down, don't have to press too far, it sits in the cup, just make sure you can still turn it, yeah, obviously it's deadened some of the sound by having it in there. Right, let's put the power supply on, and 5 volts for the Raspberry Pi Pico. Right, that noise you heard, it was trying to home itself, but it was already on number 1. So it's best to put, when you plug this in, put it onto number 7, and then because as soon as you boot it up, it tries to do a homing. Anyway, let's see what happens. Right, okay, so far so good. It's just oscillating again, isn't it? What is that then? Have I picked the right one? Oh no, I haven't got it in right. Hang on. Right. Yeah. So go fully round to number 7. Press home. Okay. So I suppose we've got to put I suppose, could we do a live test? Yeah, let's do a live test. You should, oh, Josk5389, welcome to the live stream. You should measure the inputs before and after the one you switch to. Yeah, it'd be nice to have some electronics in there so you can be sure that are not also connected. Yeah, the idea was to keep the box free of electronics to some extent. To measure the input. Yeah, I suppose you could somehow measure some. The more things you add to it, there's more things to soak up RF energy, as far as I can tell. But I see what you're saying. Yeah, it'd be nice to have. I've got a home into a stop, so once it homes, it knows where it is, and it'll switch. But there is some. The user has to sort of make sure. Now, it's ideal for a receive antenna. If you have many receive antennas, long wires and that, because you're not going to transmit on it, and if you're not picking anything up, it means something wrong. It's experimental. It is experimental. So I'll put my radio on. Let's put the radio on. Power supply for the radio. All I've got on mine is noise at the minute. Last time I checked, just noise. Now what I need to do now is somehow get this to reach. I'll have to drag this over here a little bit, get it to reach. I don't think it's going to reach. Find out which radio is wired to which radio. I'm not sure no more. I think it's this one. Yeah. Right. Let's. That ain't gonna reach. So I'm just undoing something. Oh, that's definitely the one. I've got noise appearing. Let's put a patch lead in. I did make myself a longer patch lead, didn't I? Yeah, I did make myself some patch leads here. So we'll extend the one going to the back of the radio. Gonna blow his £1,000 radio up now. Let me just make sure the watts are down. It's on 100 watts. Let's turn it down. Let's just give it 5 watts. 5 watts. There you go. Right, so I'm gonna plug this into. This is. So which one? How would I do this? I've got my incomer there. That's the aerial normally, and the outgoing. Well, let's just. Yeah, I don't suppose it matters which way you do it. Probably doesn't matter which way you do it. Oh, have I not welcomed that new guy? No, sorry. Welcome to the stream. I thought I did. No, I couldn't have done. I got carried away. There you go. Well, try and welcome everyone to the stream. Right, so we've got that there. You can't see that bit. That's in there, so I'm switched on to that one. So I need to connect another lead from the antenna. Won't quite reach, will it? Not quite. Oh, maybe I can drag it enough. Yeah, it's reaching. So I'm going to be blocking the microphone a bit. I'll put it onto 6. Put it onto antenna 6. Right, I can just about get this to operate from there. Let's have a look. So we've got antenna 6. Radio and antenna into 6. So this is a bit of a weird way of doing it. But so let's find something to listen to. Should be able to find noise. That's all I can find on my radio, noise. I can't hear anything, which is good. Let's switch this over to number 6. Right, let's find someone to listen to. Oh, that's the watts. I'm on watts here. Turn that watts off. Get on back onto level. Right, looks pretty dead.
That Europe is very small.
Alright, I need someone talking.
Yeah. You mean the W1BY, right?
Right, let's go off it then. Yeah, he's not talking enough. Hang on, let's find someone else. Let's try a different band. Is there anybody on? No. Nobody wants to be the first. It's actually gone quieter since I've put it through there. It was noisy earlier. Oh god. Right, I can't find anyone. Is there nobody around? Oh, what about some Morse code? There's always some Morse code going on, isn't there? Let's have a look for some Morse code. CW. Oh, they're sideband in CW. Right, so I got something. Let's switch it away. Right, we got nothing. I'm back again. And away. And back again. Oh, I homed it. Homed it instead. It seems to work. I don't know. Right, I suppose we find out what the SWA's like, really. Let's put it on 20 metres. 20 metres, find somewhere to do some testing. I'm on 5 watts. Not going to harm anything on 5 watts, am I? So I've got to make sure I'm on the right one. Put it on FM and see. I think I tuned this last time. FM. Right, that's 5 watts. Just key it up. Here we go. Here goes nothing. Showing OK smart. G7UIV testing only. G7UIV testing only. And that's obviously FM. I go back to upper sideband. G7UIV testing only. I don't know. Showing good. I can't show it you because its SWA is on 0. Which through a tuner, so I need to do some more tests really. But anyway, that's it. Let's find somebody to listen to again. Switch it away. So you could do a sweep. What I want to do is put some long wires up. Untuned long wires and some tuned aerials, verticals, horizontals, end feds, some that are just wires that go as long as you can. And if you're trying to hear someone and it's noisy, maybe you can switch to a different antenna. Yeah, If you use the cat data VFO, you could make it switch to the antenna that matches the best band. Yeah, we're going to do some cat control stuff at some point. We're going to create a web interface. We want to make it compatible with whatever standard is. So use cat commands for switching. Yeah, I'm going to make the web interface, it's wireless, access anywhere in the world. You log into it. I suppose I could give you a quick show of that actually. Let's give you a quick show of that. Did it last time. Right, so we've got one of my gadgets. Right, so this is inside is a power supply and one of my ESP32 controllers. So I'll just plug it in, and we can bring up the web interface then. Right, shall I unplug the solder on? Yeah, so this will just power up and log on to the network. It's got a little OLED in the bottom. Tells you if you're connected. It shows you, yeah, 24th of Feb. If it gets the NTP clock off the internet, synchronises the clock, you know it's on the local area network. So I'll just put that somewhere for now, like that. I'll put it there like that. Can you see that? Yeah, you can see that. Right, let's bring up its web interface. Right, let's bring its web interface so you get an idea of what we're... Hang on. Yeah, so get an idea of what we're going to be looking at. Right, that's its web interface. So imagine this on your... Hang on. Imagine this on your smartphone, tablet or PC. Obviously we'll change all this. This is a different product. This is an access control unit. But you log in, we'll use the same web interface for logging in. You can control it, like you can control the relay on that. Can you see it now? Once you're logged in, I've showed you this before. I can click that and you'll see the green light come on. I don't know if you can see the green light, can you? Yeah. Green LED, so it's switching the relay, you can hear it clicking. So anyway, that's the basis of that. But what we could do is get rid of this page here and put a pictorial plan view of the switcher, and you just click your button, whichever one you want to go to. You know, it'll send you straight to it instead of you pressing the button here. But also you could control it with a web interface. And you got your network settings and everything built in here, so you can join your network, set your NTP clock. I mean, it does more stuff you need. Do factory reset, maintenance, firmware updates and all the rest of it. It uses ESP32 and uses OTA, like over the air programming from a binary file. In fact, you could just go on here, firmware update, browse for a file, and you'd go to another file. I don't want to browse to it for now, and just click update and it'll update the software. So you've got event log as well, so it's a bit of a data logger. So you can see who's logged in, and which user, if you switched it. So we'd have to strip out some of the stuff, like we got tokens, we got time zones. We don't need none of this stuff really, unless you wanted to switch automatically to a channel at a certain time, but you wouldn't want to do all that. So we can strip a lot of this stuff out, and just here have a plan view of the tambourine. And you can change your login password, so and then you can have your web into your API or your REST API to be able to connect to it, similar to a cat control, and all the rest of it. You know, whatever you want to do. I'm going to have to do some research on the cat control side of it. But what you could do is you could have a sweep button, and once you're connected to cat control, if you can measure get your radio signal strength. It's not very good on sideband now, but say it was an FM signal, you could keep switching until you find a better signal. Maybe you could do something with it. Anyway, it's all in the future. But the login, if you want to change your login credentials, just go to login, and you can just override your admin and password. At the minute, I've got it stayed login, so if I unclick that, you would have to go and put your login details. It just saves me typing it in while I'm testing. So anyway, it's got all that. So all we've got to do is create a single page for controlling it. Really, everything else can stay the same. Maybe, you know, change the logo, put it on GitHub and public on GitHub. I think I set one up, still private at the minute, because I need to strip out all my content that's not being needed. Anyway, so that's that. Oh, there's one more thing to it, but whether this is any use to anyone, I don't know. Can't see it's on the other screen. So we've got some main software. If you're working with more than one unit,
welcome to UPass.
I've got my main software, which is a software front end to each device. So you can have multiple devices and you could control them, but that's just another way of doing it. You know, you can do stuff like switch it on like there, you know. So anyway, that's just something else. If you're managing more than one, most people won't have more than one anyway, or they'll probably have one outside and one inside. So they just have two. But you can control the outside one and the inside one, so you can effectively switch antennas from a centre coax going out, one coax going out, many antennas, come back into the shack, and you got many rigs, or whatever you want to do with it. I don't know. If you want to do, I don't know. It's just one of those experimental. Anyway, so where do we get to? Nothing was printing. We finished that. What time we got? 10:30. I think that's gone on long enough, hasn't it? Right. So anyway, back to the thing. Yeah, the cat control and the REST API, and maybe some MQTT stuff built in. Lots of options to be able to switch the antenna. But me, I'll be happy just to get my phone. I'll be happy just to get my phone like this now, and just go into a browser and just type in whatever it is. Is that the one? Hang on. Let me type it in. 192.0.8. Oh no, it's going on. I'm going to have to type it all in. 192.168.0.81 :81. It uses ports as well, so you can have more than one device on at your building. Yeah, so it brings up the web interface, so you log on your phone or on a browser, and then you just switch it, and you can hear it switching behind me. Yeah, so imagine one of these, a picture of that on your phone with numbers on it, and you just press and it switches you to the right one. But I think we can have a sweep on it as well, where it'll go from 7 to 1, 7 to 1. Pause slightly, and you can compare. If you got multiple receive antennas, you can compare the signals. Yeah. Anyway, that's the next stage. Once we got the thing electrically working. So anyway, let's just go one more time. Here we go. There we go. We've lost the sound. Back again. So I'll have to. What I'll have to do is I'll have to write a little program to put it through its paces. So switch from one, go through each one so many seconds at a time, and then just keep going backward and forth. And I can listen to the sound disappearing. I don't know. Well, maybe if I've got enough I've built enough for 10, and I haven't built enough. I've got enough parts for 10, so I've got to get 3D printing. Yeah, get 3D printing. Make the 10 up, and I don't know. I suppose if people want to try some out, I'll do some tests on them. I've got function generator, I've got oscilloscopes. I don't have any dummy loads though, so I haven't got anything decent. But I could put this through a workload where it's switching for hundreds of times, and then try the continuity, do a chart, say after a day, test all the outputs. Another day, keep going and see how long it can go, constantly switching back and forth. But I need to create some load, some kind of load, like bulbs or something, that you can see the power levels. Or maybe it needs to be more advanced than that, like monitoring current from each output into a dummy load. It doesn't have to be RF energy, it could just be voltage or amps, drawing a few amps. Anyway, experimental, so what can I say? I mean, you can get your cheap ass one of these. Look. you got this cheap ass thing that I found years ago. I haven't even opened it. It's got some kind of little switch on it, that 3-way switch, and these turn, and it's really crap. But I don't know. Should open it really, have a look. What's in it? Oh, there it is. Oh my god. Look what's in it. Just a switch. And it's got a shield. Look at the shield it's got. It's got metal at the back and the U shape, but nothing in the sides, look. No shield. And it's got a shield on there, but nothing in the sides. So I didn't know that. That's how crap that one is. Oh, they used foil as well. They've stuck some foil down. Well, that's actually metal chassis. So unbelievable, yeah. And might stand a chance then, maybe. I'll say it's HF, so I wouldn't use it on VHF or UHF. It's not that kind of a thing, but if you say it's experimental, it's a receive antenna switcher, then nobody can complain if it's if they've blown the radio up by transmitting. See what I mean? But whether they use it for that, if they're confident enough in it, I don't know. I could do with making a contact with it, really, couldn't I? I wonder if I could make a contact. Is there anyone around? Now, I wouldn't switch my other radio in the VHF, UHF. I wouldn't trust it on that, but HF.
Mike 7 or something like that. Please calling you, go ahead.
Shall I give him a shout? Let me have a sip. No, I don't want to put too many watts through it, do I? Shall we try it? Will it go up in smoke? I don't know. Let's turn the watts up. Oh, he's gone. I wish someone else is talking, I can't hear him. Yeah, so I've got a bit of a problem trying to find someone this time of the day. Yeah, I can't find anyone. Nah, we'll have to come on another day when there's a few more people about. Right, anyway, shame. Yeah, it's too late in the night. Oh, hang on. No, I'll see him again. Right, anyway, I've waffled on for long enough. Thanks for newcomers, and all input is welcome. If I'm doing something wrong or there's a better way, let me know. Of course, let me know. I don't know, I'm just trying stuff out. It's experimental. Experimental by nature. Right, anyway, I've waffled on enough, so... Right, so... That definitely seemed to be working. Yeah. Comment to me if you're interested in trying one out or something. Maybe you can buy your own SO239s, and I'll just send you the, or you can print the parts out. Print the parts when I make them available. Once I've collected them all together and found out which one is the correct one to put on it. That'll be tomorrow night anyway. I'm too tired now. Right, so anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good one. We'll carry on. So far that was okay. So far. Well, I can certainly put one on test, rotating back and forth for days and days and days. And then we could come back to it in about a week and see if its continuity still there, and see if it on the frame ground, and also the center core, center feed. Anyway, I've got to go because I'm waffling on. Thanks for watching, and catch you all again. Let me know if anyone wants to do some trials of one. Okay, anyway, catch you all later. Andy, I haven't forgot yet. Once I got this all ready, let me know and I'll send you a kit out. I'll send you one out. Just send you one out. Have a play with it. Don't blame me if you blow your radio up though. You got to test it yourself. Ham radio, you got to test it. Just use it as a receive antenna. In fact, when I do the documentation, I'll just say it's a receive antenna switcher. And nobody can say, well, I blew up because I transmitted. It may be fine, I don't know. That's why I need people to do some tests. I can do a few tests. I'll get some loads, I'll get some bulbs to switch onto it, you know. Put a load of 21 watt bulbs on it and a power supply, not RF, a power supply, and I'll just keep switching it backward and forward. It's not a real true test, because obviously RF acts differently to DC, but maybe we can get an old radio or something and stick some DC through it, stick some RF through it. Have I got any? I haven't got any HF. I've got loads of VHF radio stuff, so maybe we can just put an old radio through it. If it blows up, doesn't matter. Good night. Maybe tomorrow I will get my DO call sign. Waiting for over a week. Good luck with that. Yeah, I was pretty lucky. I got mine back after years, and they gave me the full license. Yeah, so yeah, I didn't have to do anything. Didn't have to jump through hoops or anything. They just give it me. I was lucky. Have a good day anyway. I'll go now and catch you maybe tomorrow night. Yeah, should be tomorrow. I don't know. I'm running out of things, so maybe we'll be working on the web interface soon. Cat control, REST API, and web API, whatever. I don't know. Anyway, shouldn't take too long because most of the code's done. All right then. I'm gone. I'm bye. See you later. Ta-ra. How do I switch this off? Ta-ra. Bye-bye.
Just find the right place in the program. make the appropriate change, and we'll run the whole thing again.
Speech is still very complicated. Music is simpler.
Is that a question?
Yes.
The question is futile.
My interpretation of the data leaves little room for error. The art of leadership is delegation.
That information is not available. This constitutes all available data.
You know what they say. No good deed goes unpunished.